ability with which he faced it, in doing what is right. News has just broken that Travis Kelce, the heart of Kansas City's offense, is officially out. The impact is immediate and immense. Kelce is not just a tight end, he is the emotional core and strategic backbone of the Chiefs' passing game. His chemistry with Patrick Mahomes has defined an era of dominance. Every critical third down, every clutch drive, often ran through him. Now, the question echoes across the NFL. Can Mahomes carry the weight of the Chiefs' offense alone? The timing adds to the pressure, arriving when Kansas City faces both internal challenges and fierce competition from rising AFC powerhouses. The locker room is stunned, the fan base anxious, and analysts uncertain about what comes next. This chapter sets the stage for a deeper look into how one absence can shake an entire system built on trust, timing, and perfection. Without Kelce, the Chiefs must confront both tactical and emotional gaps that no single player can easily fill. For years, the connection between Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce has stood as one of the most dynamic partnerships in NFL history. Their synchronization is instinctive and unspoken language formed through countless practices, pressure moments, and shared belief. Defenses struggled to contain them because they operated beyond scripted plays, improvising with unmatched precision. Mahomes' trust in Kelce allowed him to take risks, turning broken plays into touchdowns. Their bond extended beyond the field, shaping team morale and culture. Losing that connection is more than losing a target. It's losing rhythm, comfort, and reliability. Few duos have reshaped offensive football so profoundly. With Kelce sidelined, Mahomes faces a rare void: the absence of his most dependable ally. This chapter examines how that partnership became the engine of Kansas City's success, and why its sudden disruption forces Mahomes to reinvent not only his strategy, but also his approach to leadership and trust under the brightest spotlight. Without Kelce, the Chiefs must reconstruct their offensive identity from the ground up. Andy Reid's system thrives on adaptability, but its foundation has long relied on Mahomes' improvisation and Kelce's unmatched ability to find open space. Now, that safety valve is gone. The team must evolve from instinctive connection to structured discipline. Young receivers like Rashee Rice and Sky Moore step into expanded roles, facing the challenge of maintaining consistency and chemistry. Running backs will likely carry greater responsibility in short yardage and red zone situations. This transformation demands precise timing and trust, both of which take time to develop. The playbook may adjust toward quicker reads, emphasizing timing routes and balanced formations. Yet, without Kelce's experience reading defenses in real time, every drive becomes more calculated, less spontaneous. This chapter explores how the Chiefs must now rely on collective intelligence over individual brilliance, testing the team's adaptability and revealing whether true resilience lies beneath their stardom. Patrick Mahomes has always embraced pressure, turning it into fuel for greatness. But this situation tests him differently. For the first time in years, he enters games without his most trusted receiver and emotional anchor. The spotlight grows heavier. Analysts will scrutinize every decision, every throw, every result. Opposing defenses now sense opportunity, preparing aggressive schemes designed to exploit the absence of Kelce's reliability. Double coverage will shift toward emerging targets, forcing Mahomes to distribute the ball under duress. Leadership now extends beyond execution, it becomes emotional guidance. Teammates will look to him not just for precision, but for stability. The true measure of Mahomes' greatness will no longer be statistical, it will be psychological. This chapter dissects the magnitude of that pressure and how it can either forge a stronger quarterback or reveal the limits of even extraordinary talent. Greatness often grows in isolation, and Mahomes must now prove it once again. Andy Reid faces one of the toughest coaching challenges of his career. His offensive genius has always revolved around innovation. Yet even innovation thrives on familiarity. With Kelce absent, Reid must reimagine the Chiefs' structure without losing efficiency. Expect a heavier reliance on motion, misdirection, and versatile formations to disguise new weaknesses. The coaching staff may expand the role of running backs in short passing schemes, introducing creative ways to offset Kelce's production. Play-action strategies could return to prominence, creating windows for less experienced receivers to thrive. Reid's adaptability is legendary, but sustaining consistency across an entire season requires more than design, it requires belief. This chapter explores how leadership under pressure manifests differently at the coaching level. Reid's task is not merely tactical but psychological, keeping morale high while guiding a young offense to trust its evolving identity. His adjustments will determine whether the Chiefs sustain dominance or slip into transition. Within the Chiefs' locker room, Kelce's absence reverberates deeply. His energy, humor, and confidence set the emotional tone during both preparation and adversity. Losing him leaves more than a tactical void, it alters the team's spirit. Veterans must now step forward to preserve unity and focus. Chris Jones anchors the defense, but offensive leadership requires new voices. Young players find themselves in defining moments, where every performance carries meaning beyond statistics. The team's resilience will depend on its ability to convert uncertainty into motivation. Success in the NFL often hinges not on talent, but cohesion. This chapter examines how emotional leadership transitions during crisis, and how shared belief can rebuild balance. Mahomes' role expands beyond execution. He becomes the emotional pulse of the locker room. Adversity can fracture or strengthen a team, and how Kansas City responds internally will reveal whether its dynasty rests solely on stars or on unshakable collective strength. Every absence creates opportunity. With Kelce sidelined, the stage opens for new contributors to rise. Young receivers such as Rashee Rice and Sky Moore carry the burden of proving consistency under intense scrutiny. Their ability to read Mahomes' timing, adjust to complex routes, and maintain discipline will determine the offense's rhythm. Tight ends like Noah Gray will be asked to fill larger roles, not as replacements, but as complementary weapons. Each snap becomes a test of preparation and composure. For Mahomes, this means developing chemistry in real time, cultivating trust through repetition and resilience. The process will be uneven, marked by growing pains and flashes of brilliance. Yet, these moments shape the future core of the franchise. This chapter explores how transition fuels growth and why adversity often accelerates evolution. The Chiefs' success will depend not on past stars, but on how effectively emerging talent transforms pressure into progress. With the offense facing instability, greater responsibility shifts toward Kansas City's defense. Historically overshadowed by Mahomes' brilliance, this unit now carries renewed significance. Chris Jones leads a group that has steadily improved in discipline, speed, and physicality. The defense must shorten drives, force turnovers, and protect leads that were once built by offensive dominance. Each possession becomes critical. The coaching staff will emphasize situational awareness, tackling efficiency, and red zone execution. This chapter highlights how a strong defensive identity can stabilize a team during offensive uncertainty. Leadership from veterans will play a pivotal role in maintaining confidence. A balanced team effort could redefine the Chiefs' character from explosive offense to strategic resilience. If the defense holds firm, Mahomes will gain the space to adapt gradually. The team's evolution may not produce highlight plays, but it can forge something equally valuable. A new brand of toughness built on discipline, endurance, and unity. The narrative surrounding Mahomes and the Chiefs intensifies under the media spotlight. Every game, every decision becomes a headline. Analysts question whether Kansas City's dynasty can endure without Kelce. Comparisons emerge to other historic duos Montana and Rice, Brady and Gronkowski, and how their separations changed everything. The public fascination grows, driven by both admiration and doubt. Mahomes faces the dual challenge of performance and perception. One misstep can fuel criticism. One triumph can redefine resilience. This chapter explores the power of narrative in shaping legacy. The Chiefs are no longer seen as unstoppable, but as vulnerable, human, and evolving. In that vulnerability lies opportunity to remind the world that greatness is not built on comfort, but response. As cameras focus and opinions swirl, the true story unfolds quietly within the team's determination to adapt, reminding fans that every dynasty's survival depends on its ability to rebuild under pressure. The Kansas City Chiefs now enter a defining chapter in their modern history. Without Travis Kelce, the path forward demands reinvention. For Patrick Mahomes, this season becomes more than a test of talent, it becomes a measure of leadership, endurance, and self-belief. Every throw, every drive, will reveal not just skill, but resilience. For Andy Reid, it represents another chance to showcase his adaptability and brilliance under pressure. For the team, it is a collective test of unity. The Chiefs dynasty, once driven by chemistry between two generational talents, now faces the reality of change. Yet history often rewards those who endure transformation with grace. This chapter concludes with reflection. Dynasties are not defined by absence, but by response. Mahomes now carries the responsibility of proving that greatness extends beyond partnership. If he succeeds, this season will stand not as a setback, but as the birth of a new legacy built on unshakable resolve.